Hello, my name is Sharon Whitefawn, and today's session is going to be about breathing to reduce stress, breathing to help calm us from feelings of anxiousness or panic. Okay, so, when we're in a state of panic or stressfulness, what do we tell ourselves? I'm so stressed out. My heart is racing. My heart is pounding. I'm sweating. I'm so stressed out. I'm panicking right now. These are things that we tell ourselves when that's happening because legitimately that is what you're noticing, what you're experiencing at that moment. However, I want to introduce a new thought concept, if you will. When you're beginning to feel stressed out or when you're in the height of your stress, at whatever point you become aware that you're stressed out, and more importantly, that you're saying to yourself that you're stressed out, I encourage you to try with all your brain power to cancel that thought and say, I'm going to focus on being calm. I'm going to focus on relaxing. Because whatever we think about, we bring about. So if we're focusing on what is so stressful and that I'm so stressed and that my emotions are so high, then I'm going to create more of that within myself. That's how the human body works with the mind. So it doesn't have to be that way. We don't have to get lost in our stress and become so stressed out that our cortisol levels shoot up, that our immune system breaks down, that our nervous system gets frazzled. We don't have to go to those extremes anymore if you're willing to reframe what's going on. So, for example, a stressful situation occurs in your workplace or in your family or in your relationship or anywhere in the world, something on the news, and you notice that you're beginning to panic about it. You could instead extend the arms up overhead, think the word peace, breathing in, and on the exhale, bring your hands down in front of your heart center. So today I'm going to show you a variety of different ways that you can calm your brain, that you can shift from the fight and flight of the brain, of the body, into rest and digest. So instead of activating the sympathetic nervous system, freaking out, going crazy, all of these bodily sensations occurring that are breaking down your system, breaking down your health, breaking down your wellness, your mental health, your physical health, and instead build up, strengthen, activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the part that comes in and says, it's okay, it's okay. Let's face it, we've lived long enough. I'm pretty sure anybody watching this video can attest to the fact that we've lived long enough to reflect on a time when we were really stressed out about something. Oh my gosh, this catastrophic thing is going to happen. And then it never came to pass. So in that time when we were thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to happen, we were just really basically injuring ourselves. It's a form of self-injury. Instead of going into self-care, where we can say and do and practice breath work that isn't just a mental thing, physiologically, neurologically, psychologically. These are helpful tools that I'm going to share with you today. And each one of them that we do, I'm going to say maybe about 2-3 minutes that we're going to practice it. So you really get the concept, the kinesthetic experience of it, and that on a cellular memory and neurologically, you'll begin to create this bank of storage of peacefulness and anti-stress and anti-panic, anti-anxiety type of mechanisms that you'll just be building stronger and stronger inside of you, inside your brain, inside your body, inside your cells. It's a beautiful thing. So the first one I want to introduce, we just kind of went over it, where you'll just extend the arms up overhead, breathing in, and on the exhale, when your palms touch, bring your hands down to your heart center. And I like to take my thumbs and just lightly touch them at my heart as, again, just a light, gentle, loving touch that I'm giving to myself. Breathing in and breathing out. And if you don't want to touch your thumbs at your heart center, that's okay. Inhale up and exhale down. And now continue to do that. We're going to do this for about 2-3 minutes. And if your arms get tired of doing this, it's okay. Maybe just bring them in prayer position than after you do a few of these, because we want to open up the lymphatic system. We want to get some circulation, and we also want to create subconsciously a trigger, a positive trigger by doing this, so that maybe in the future when you practice this enough and your body's like, oh yeah, I know this one. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Oh yeah, this one calms me down instantly, right? So then just by doing this in and of itself could begin activating your parasympathetic nervous system, begin activating self-care, self-love, and calming down. So we're going to inhale the arms up and exhale the hands in prayer position in front of your heart. And now I'll time this for a few minutes. So close your eyes, breathing in, taking the arms up, inhaling, bringing the arms down, exhaling, and allow for all of this breath to be in and out through the nostrils as best you can. And now I want you to add a word to your inhale. And maybe for you, it'll be peacefulness. And when you exhale, peacefulness. Or maybe you want to add, I am relaxing. And on the exhale, I am relaxing. Or maybe a small little sentence like, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Or maybe you just want to say calm. Calm. So you're finding your word, your mantra, if you will. Inhale, repeat that word to yourself. Exhale, repeat that word to yourself. Make it very simple. Make it really doable. Something that you can just do automatically. It's not going to be so complicated that you have to think, what am I doing again? And how am I? So just continue. Inhaling the arms up, saying that reassuring, calming word to yourself. Exhaling that calming word to yourself, whatever it is. Now continue to do that and relax your forehead. Go ahead. You're doing great. Keep up. Make this just nice and slow. However your breathing is, it is. Don't get too wrapped up in, oh my gosh, if my breath is wrong, it's not going to work. Don't think that. Breathing in and of itself, conscious breathing, is healing. Continue to do this and relax your jaw. So the forehead is relaxed and now the jaw is also relaxed. Continue to do this, and even though the arms are moving, let the shoulders remain relaxed. As the arms go up, the shoulders stay relaxed. As the arms come down, the shoulders stay relaxed. You feel more and more of that peacefulness that you're talking to yourself about. Your self-talk is now about peaceful, calm, relaxation, whatever word you're choosing. But now make the breath and the feeling of that word match. So if you're saying calm, then let calmness come into the back, into the body, into the shoulders, into the brain, into the hips and the legs and the knees and the toes. So now with this breath and with that word, you're imagining waves of that peacefulness or that calm relaxation just circulating through your entire body from head to toe, down your spine. You may already begin noticing that the fingers are more relaxed, that your scalp is more calm, that any tensions that were in the stomach or in the chest are beginning to dissolve. Breathing, peace, calm, relaxation. Thinking, peace, calm, relaxation. Feeling it in the body, in the muscles, in the joints. Observing your heart rate coming down, the knot in the stomach untying. You're doing beautifully. Keep up, keep up. This is wonderful. What a great gift you're giving yourself. This opportunity to be calm, peaceful, and relaxed. Really expand your lungs and your ribs on your inhale. Breathing out anything that feels tense or tight, anything that's not peaceful, calm, and relaxed. Go ahead and get rid of that, whether it's physical or mental, whether it's emotional or maybe even spiritual. We are positively affecting our psyche, our brain, and our bodies. And now just let the hands rest on your thighs and breathe easy breaths. Continuing to allow the body and the mind to absorb that information, that new information, the peace, the calm, the relaxation. Beautiful. Good job. So that's one way that we can go from a panic state or a stressful state into a calm, peaceful, relaxing state. And so I want to share with you another way. So I'm sharing a lot of them. I think maybe 5 today we'll go through. And hopefully at least one will resonate with you. At least one will be something that you can grab onto and say, you know what, I can utilize this. I can do this one. Okay, so the next one I want to share with you is where we're going to breathe in to a count of 5 and count your own count. Okay, so my count of 5 might be slower or quicker than yours. It doesn't matter. Inhale your count of 5. Just breathe in, count your 5. You can tap your, I like to tap my fingers on my leg like. Now hold the breath for your count of 2. And then slowly exhale to a count of 7, okay? So breathe in 5. Retain the breath, a count of 2. And exhale your count of 7. So it's inhale 5, hold 2, exhale 7. So continue with that now. We'll do that for a minute or 2 or 3. I'm really shooting for 3 minutes so that physiologically and neurologically and psychologically all of this coheses within. So count your inhale of 5. Hold your breath for 2 and exhale your 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in 5 counts. Hold 2 counts. Exhale 7. Continue to do that. Great work. And while you're doing that, search your body for places that are tense, that are tight. In a panicking situation, you might notice that your heart is beating quicker. So you would bring your awareness to your heart. And hopefully observing the heart slowing down. Perhaps observing the muscles relaxing. Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with this beautiful practice of self-love, self-care. Continue, continue. You may notice that the mind, excuse me, you may notice that the mind starts thinking thoughts, and it's okay. Notice, hey, I'm thinking thoughts. Let me get back to my counting. It's okay, it happens. Continually scan your body for places where you might be holding on to some tension. And if you have the urge to move a little bit, to move some of that tension along, do it. Do it. This is all part of your self-care. It's about your self-awareness, noticing and releasing the tightness that you notice, or the angst that you're noticing within the body or within the mind. You're amazing. Thank you so much for that one. Take a cleansing breath. So that's 5, 2, 7 breath work. The next one I want to share with you is alternate nostril breathing. And for that, you would take your hands like this, or if you wanted to use your index finger and your thumb, that would be fine, because we're going to be closing off one nostril at a time, okay? So if you can do pinky and thumb, do pinky and thumb. But if you rather do thumb and forefinger, that's fine too. Whatever works best for you. But close off your right nostril. I'm going to use the words thumb and pinky, but you'll know what I mean. With one finger, close off one nostril, whatever makes sense, whatever one's closest there, and breathe in through your opened nostril. Now close off the opened nostril and breathe out through the one that's opened. Leave that one open, breathe in through it. Then close it off and exhale through the open nostril and inhale through the open nostril. Once the inhale is complete, close it off, exhale through the other nostril while it's open. Inhale through it while it's open, and then exhale and inhale. So you're closing off one nostril, breathing out, breathing in. On the inhale is when you switch to close off the other nostril, or the opened nostril, and then exhale out and inhale in. When the inhale is complete, close it off and exhale through the open nostril. Inhale through that same nostril, close it, okay? And you may discover that, whoa, one nostril's more clogged than the other, and it's okay. I've been taught that on the nostrils, they take turns anyway through the day. One will be the predominant nostril for some part of the day, and then the other one becomes the predominant nostril through another part of the day, and they just cycle back and forth. So we're going to do this consciously in an effort to balance out the left and right hemispheres of the brain, and to bring that peacefulness and that place of being centered, quite honestly, mentally centered, focused, and calm. So begin. Close off one of your nostrils. Breathe in through it. Close it off. Exhale. And then inhale through the opened nostril. Close that one. Exhale. And inhale through that opened nostril. Continue to do that. Alternate nostril breathing. Continue to do that. You're doing great. Continue to do that while you relax your shoulders. Yes, this hand and these fingers and the elbow and the shoulder are busy assisting with this meditative breathing to reduce stress, but you can relax it while it's working. And then make the breath as calm or as slow as feels right for you. And while you're doing that, again, you'll scan the body. Start noticing places that are just begging you to help them relax. So maybe it's dropping the shoulders. Maybe it's sitting up a little taller so that you can open the muscles of the chest and the lungs. Maybe it's relaxing the jaw or letting that tongue relax in your mouth. Consider relaxing your neck and your throat. Our minds are so fascinating. Continue to do this, please, while I share with you how busy our minds are. You may already be noticing that while you're focusing on alternate nostril breathing and how to punch off this nostril and then that one and the breathing in and the breathing out, we can still have mental chatter going on. Other thoughts of the past or the future can flood the brain, and it's okay. It's okay. Notice that that's happening, though, because the other amazing quality of our human mind is that we can redirect. Pardon me. We can redirect that busy brain to say, no, I'm focusing on the breathing right now. We can improve our focus through mindful breath work as well. So yes, thoughts will creep in, most likely. And then we use the neocortex. We take control of the command center, and we tell the hippocampus and the amygdala and the nervous system, no, you can calm down. We tell the muscles of the body, no, you can relax. We tell the heart and the lungs and whatever gets knotted up in our guts, no, it's okay, you can relax now. I'm giving you permission to be healthy and to be at peace. So do one more cycle of your alternate nostril breathing. And then allow your hands to rest somewhere where it's comfortable for you. And then just be with the aftermath of that peacefulness. See if you can observe something in your body or your mind that feels a little bit better. Just observing. We're just increasing our ability to become self-aware by observing without judgment, without criticism. And let's take a nice cleansing breath in. Ah, yes. Okay, the next one that I want to share with you is breath of fire. Breath of fire is one, for me, that just like obliterates stuff. That's how I think of breath of fire. The mental stuff, physical stuff, whatever stuff is, anxiety, even for depressiveness, when you're feeling sad and lethargic, it's a great way to bring up energy. Or even if you're not sad, but you're just lethargic because it's 2 p.m. and you're sugar dipped and whatever happened after lunch and all of the things that happen. Breath of fire is a really, really good one to increase your energy. And weirdly, simultaneously, it also calms the nervous system. So it's energizing and calming at the same time. So the way we do breath of fire is imagine that you are a dog panting. So we're going to do this, and it might seem silly at first, and it's okay. First, put your fingers around your belly button. Now stick your tongue out and pant like a dog. Okay, stop. In that little bit of panting, I hope you notice that the belly button pulls in. And if not, let's just try it one more time and activate the navel point so that when you're panting out, the belly button comes in. Can you see that? Okay, so that's what you're going to practice right now. Okay, perfect. We're going to do the same exact thing, but only the tongue is going to come inside the mouth. So if it's helpful for you to open your mouth and begin with your tongue out, go ahead and do it. And while you're doing that, now pull the tongue in and close your mouth, and now the breath is all out the nose. Don't worry about breathing in. Don't put any energy or focus or even try to inhale. Don't try to inhale. The human body is fascinating. The inhalation will happen automatically. Don't worry about it. That's what the autonomic nervous system is all about. It's going to take care of that. You don't have to think about it. It's the out breath. The out breath and the pumping of the navel point. Okay? It is a little awkward. I'm not going to lie. It can cause dizziness, but that's just the increased oxygen uptake. However, if you feel nauseous or if you feel like the room is spinning, most definitely stop. If it's making you a little bit lightheaded and slightly uncomfortable, I would say breathe through the discomfort, but you know your body. Listen to your body. Be really cautious. And for this, we'll probably just do 2 minutes for starters because it is such a powerful breath. But I want to also add that if there is something on your mind that is worrying you so much, you could bring it to the center of your forehead, whatever that thing might be that you're worrying. And imagine that each one of these breaths is just blowing that out, blowing it out, blowing it out. Almost like when you take an old car that's been sitting for a long time on a highway, you would blow out the exhaust, if anybody remembers when that was the thing with the cars back in the day. But anyways, you're just like obliterating gunk, whatever you want to call it, stuff that's not helpful. That's just clogging up your works mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. So begin. Breath in and pant. Make it a very energetic navel point pump. Now close the mouth, relax the shoulders, close your eyes. And then do it as quickly and as energetically as you possibly can. It doesn't have to feel rushed or harried, but definitely energetically, with the intention to blow out the gunk of the brain, of the mind, of the emotions. And the shoulders relax and the body relaxes. And the jaw relaxes and the lower back relaxes. Fingers and toes relaxing. Don't worry about breathing in, just push it out, out, out. And then take a deep breath in, but hold the breath. Hold it, please. If you know what a root lock is, do it. That's just drawing your rectum and sex organs up, contracting them slightly upward. Draw the navel point in and out. We're still holding the breath. Relax the shoulders, and now slowly exhale. Slowly release all of that. The lock, the breath, the shoulders, the mind, and be with this increased yet calming energy. And another cleansing breath in. Breathing out. Terrific work. I'm so proud of you. I hope that you're feeling some bliss by now. I hope you're feeling some bliss. So Breath of Fire is terrific. I love Breath of Fire for so many reasons. But it's a lot. It's a lot of energy. It's a lot of movement. So I would say if this is one that you're drawn to, begin with a 2-minute practice, and then bit by bit, day by day, add another minute, 3, 4. You can do Breath of Fire for up to 15, 20 minutes or whatever, once you build yourself up to that, if you really like it, if you find that it really works for you. And what I really love most about it is I can just encapsulate a stressful situation, like I'm worried about somebody who I love and care for, and I feel like I don't know how to help them, and it's really up to them. And so I bring that worry, that stress, that concern, that's taking away from my vitality, and I bring that here, like almost like in a ball here. And then as I do the Breath of Fire, my inner awareness, you could take your eyeballs and look to the back of your forehead inside with your eyes closed, viewing here, this third eye, and just, this is the psychic center. It's our intuitive center. So by doing this, blowing out the exhaust from my psychic intuitive center of the third eye chakra, then often I get a wisdom hit, right? I get an idea, I get an intuitive thought or feeling or vision, like, oh, here's something I can do, or not. Here's how to let go of that. So it's really powerful, super powerful. Breath of Fire, my favorite by far. Okay, the next one I want to go into is one that's a little more also very energetic, but super specific to the nervous system and to all the vertebrae of the spine. Each of these little bones corresponds in our back. Okay, let me say this correctly. I'm so excited. Okay, every vertebrae in the spine, it corresponds to very specific systems and organs, from the lower back to our sciatic nerves, to the middle back to all of our internal organs, to the thoracic spine, to the lungs and the heart, to our cervical spine, to the thyroid glands. And the spine, of course, contains the entire nervous system, and then up to the amygdala and into the brain, because we're going to be twisting the entire spine. So if you have back concerns or back issues, this might not be one for you. Or maybe it is, and you just do very, very slowly. We should all begin this slowly, but as the body gets more accustomed to it and starts to really love it, ideally you would be a little more, I want to use the word vigorous, but I'll say energetic, right? So first we begin by placing our fingertips on the tops of our shoulders and lengthening the spine, so we've got space between every one of those vertebrae, right? So press your sit bones down into the surface that you're sitting on and lengthen your spine, including your neck. Now figure out which side is your left side. That's the hardest part of this whole exercise, is to figure out which is your left. So turn to your left. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Twist to your left and breathe in through your nose. Twist to your left, breathe in through the nose. Twist to your right, breathe out through the nose. Bring your knees a little bit together, or if you're sitting, just make sure your sit bones are really anchored. I mean, if you're sitting cross-legged or straight-legged, or even on a couch. Make sure that your sit bones are fully anchored. Inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, twist to the right, and let your head and your neck and your shoulders just go with it, okay? So we're gonna be doing some twisting motion, and we are gonna do it for a couple minutes. So at some point you might think, whoa, I've had enough. This is another one that could make you somewhat lightheaded, so you'll wanna slow down or maybe stop and take a break. But don't be frightened by that type of stuff, these physiological responses that comes with energetic breath work. That's all part of the healing. So don't shy away from it because you're a little bit lightheaded. Breathe through it. That's probably a blockage somewhere that just needs to be released, okay? So the lengthened spine, twisting to your left, breathing in, head, neck, shoulders, go. Exhale to your right, breathing out through the nose. Inhale, exhale. Close the eyes. Relax the shoulders. This is another one where with your eyes closed, you could take your internal vision to the center of your forehead, the inside of the center of your forehead, your third eye chakra. Inhale, exhale through the nose. All this breath, relax your jaw. Let the neck go. Let the neck go. There's a tendency sometimes to want to protect and to tense up and to be so stiff and so rigid because we are often this way in our lives. But here's your opportunity to be a little loose, to be a little open, to release those blockages, those physical blockages, those mental blockages, those emotional blockages, those spiritual blockages maybe even. So inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. Let your chin just go back. Let your shoulders just go back. Keep the chest open. Be mindful not to start slouching and coming forward like this. Inhale left, exhale right. And if you need to slow it down, slow it down. If you're really digging it and you want to go quicker, then go quicker. But it should never feel rushed or harried or forced. Relax as you do it. Let the lower back release. Let your hips release. Let your middle back release. Let your ribs release. Let your heart release. Let your neck and your trapezius release. Let the brainstem release. Let the reptilian brain release. Let the midbrain release, the mammalian brain. Let your forehead release. Let your neocortex release. Let your ears release. Let your mind release. Nice. And then come back to center. Let your hands rest wherever they're comfortable. Let your breath return to natural. Breathing in, breathing out. And maybe you're observing some tingling, maybe some heat, or whatever it is you're observing. Just observe it and just notice, oh, that's happening. Oh, I see this is going on. Without, oh my gosh, this thing is happening, what's wrong? It's okay. Breathe, relax. Remember, what we think about, we bring about. So if you think stressful thoughts, you're going to create even more stress in your life. If you think peaceful, calming, relaxing thoughts, you're going to create more of that in your life. So you get to choose. You're always choosing all the time. Choose peace. And another cleansing breath in. Terrific. So, like I said, we're only doing 2 to 3 minutes today. I'm not timing it exactly. I'm using a clock. We're like, in that range of 2 to 3 minutes. But any of these can be done 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Obviously, the more we practice this stuff, the more benefits we will have to experience on every level. Okay, neurologically, psychologically, physiologically. I can't stress that enough, how important it is for the entire well-being of this system, this wonderful, beautiful system that we have somehow fragmented out because our thoughts are over here doing this and our body's over here doing this and our emotions are over there doing that thing. And so when we do this breath work, we're integrating all of that for every aspect and dimension of ourselves to reunite and to come back together in blissful harmony. And the next meditative practice I want to share with you is one of the Vipassana philosophy or practice, shall I say. And it's one where you're just going to sit comfortably. Ideally, you're not leaning against the back of a chair, but if you need to and that's important for your spine, then by all means you must do that. Take care of your body first. But we're going to sit up for this, and for all of these meditations that we've been doing so far, they're all done in a seated manner, whether it's on a stool or on the floor or on a couch, at your desk, at work, wherever. It works anywhere. So, close your eyes and just observe your natural breathing. Don't try to make anything happen. Don't worry about what your stomach does. Concern yourself more with a lengthened spine and relaxed shoulders. And now just observe the breath. Observe how the breath naturally moves your body in this moment. Just observe. While you're observing this natural breath, just as it is, without manipulating it, you'll notice thoughts creeping into your psyche. It's okay. We'll give the brain a little activity of observing any sensation in the body that you notice. Any sensation whatsoever. The sensation that you notice could be the air on your skin, any part of your skin, maybe on your arm or on your face. Observe the sensation of air somewhere on your body. Maybe you're one who can observe inner sensations like the beating of your heart. Maybe you can observe the pulsing of the blood through your body at your ears, like you could almost hear it. The breath is natural, easy, not manipulated at all, and you're communing with sensation. However and wherever within your body you are observing sensation, just commune with the sensation. That in and of itself is enough. However, if you wanted to start observing various sensations, for example, moving your awareness of the sensation from the shoulder to the elbow. See if you can become aware of your elbow without touching it. And the sensations of the elbow. Maybe you can observe your wrist without touching it. Communing with the sensation of your wrist. Maybe you can become aware of your right ear without touching it. See if you can become aware of your left foot without touching it, without moving it. Sitting as still as possible, communing with the sensation of your left foot. And then bring awareness to your right thumb. Maintain a softened belly. Watch the natural breath, releasing any tensions anywhere. If you are noticing tightness someplace, maybe bring your awareness to that tight spot and commune with the sensation of the tightness as you watch it dissolve, as you think about releasing that tightness, as you feel tension moving from that area. We're observing things as they are. Maintaining a quiet mind. No need to get wrapped up in any story or history or future goals, wishes, dreams, fears. Commune with the sensations, observing things just as they are. Breathing in, breathing out. And take a cleansing breath. And that's a good one that can be done pretty much anywhere. It could even be done with your eyes open once you get skilled at it. But that's a good one that you can incorporate more easily if you're at the supermarket or, believe it or not, yes, while you're waiting in line. That could become a meditative practice, right? We're in line, we're getting annoyed because this, that, or the other thing, or I got to get out of here because I got this next thing, late for a meeting, whatever it is, wherever you are. 1 breath, 3 breaths, 5 breaths. It's helpful. It's really helpful. Obviously, the longer we sit in these mindfulness practices and this breath work and this meditative way of releasing stress and anxiety and sadness and really becoming fully integrated physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and not being so fragmented, the more healthy and well we are within ourselves, and the better we are able and equipped to help other people in our lives, in our jobs. And here's the thing, here's where most of us get tripped up. Most people are in a place where they're either wishing and hoping that something happens, and we're in our minds so into the future, which already, just to do that, I hope this thing happens. As soon as I say, I hope this thing happens, tension comes in, this hoping and this wishing. It's a craving. It's basically a craving. We're craving for this one thing to happen, or a series or set, whatever. So that in and of itself creates stress and anxiety, craving, wishing, hoping. And then there's the other part. What if it doesn't happen? Or I'm regretful about something from the past. We're holding on. We have this aversion. It's I don't want to think about that. As soon as you say, I don't want to think about that, right? Tension creeps in. You could feel it. If you just say, I don't want to think about that, you'll feel it. The tension comes in. I don't want this thing to happen. Gosh, I hope that thing doesn't happen. I hope I don't get this sickness. I hope I don't, whatever, all these things. And they're the aversions, the things that we don't want. So when we're craving something and we want something, good, bad, or indifferent, it creates stress. When we don't want something and we're hoping this thing doesn't happen, that creates stress. So in your practice of breathing, whichever breath work you've come upon, and I'll share more in future videos for sure, These are just some of the, I think, more simpler ones, believe it or not. So if they were challenging for you, I understand, because anytime we start something new, it is challenging. But anyway, with the stress of craving versus aversion, both creating stress, see if you can allow yourself to just perceive something in the middle, okay? Not craving, hoping this thing, not pushing away that thing, but in the middle where we're conscious and aware of the fact that everything is changing all the time. And to just be with the breath of change, be with the breath of transformation, of hopefulness without attachment to this thing happening or attachment to that thing not happening, okay? So that's a part of our society I feel like doesn't get talked about so much. You know, if you talk about change, I mean, they write books on this. Who Moved My Cheese? If you read that book about change, oh, change is so terrible, change is so, right? There's nothing in life that isn't changing all the time. All the time. Change is life. Life is change. In fact, change is the only constant in life, right? It's the only thing we can count on is that things are going to change, because they do. Evolution is evolution. It's exactly that. It started long before we got here, and it'll continue long after we're gone. Evolution. So our lives are microcosmic experiences of evolution. Things are always changing all the time. So remember that every time you want to cling on to something and hopeful, crave, and it's okay to be hopeful and to pray and to send happy, positive, good intentions towards something. It's the attachment to it that causes the stress. It's the attachment to this, I'm not going to think about this, I'm not going to forgive, I'm not going to forget, I'm just going to regret. And it's all of that. On those opposite ends of the bell curve, right, those extremes, we want to come into the middle of that bell curve. We want to come into the middle where we can look to the say and say, yeah, I really, I'm not thrilled if that would happen. I would be thrilled if this did happen. But at the same time, I'm going to stay calm. I'm going to stay centered. I'm going to do breath of fire, or I'm going to do I am peaceful meditation, or alternate nostril breathing, so that I'm not all the way in the left side and I'm not all the way in the right side. Whatever type of breath work you choose to do or meditative practice you choose to do, just keep in mind that you want to be in the middle of the bell curve, not out here on these extremes where stress, anxiety, depression, you name it, severe mental health issues, always from those extremes. But in the center, this is where we're balanced. This is where we get to explore, create, not even explore, we get to create this, you guys. We can create harmonious bliss. Blissful harmony. We get to create that. That's what's so fabulous about this brain that we have. So we're not taught that in our lives very much, very often, unless we can consciously seek it out and dedicate ourselves to that practice. Therefore, everybody's stressing out on every end. But we've got this amazing brain. And so use it while you're doing your meditative practice. Use it in a positive way. Use it to remind the hippocampus and the amygdala to calm down. Use it to tell your nervous system it's okay to be peaceful and calm. Use it to tell yourself, I don't need to hold on to that anger anymore. I can let it go, breath by breath, little by little. I don't need to hold on to this regret anymore. These are the things at the opposite ends of the bell curve. I can come to the center neurologically, psychologically, and experience blissful harmony, harmonious bliss. I like both terms. You pick one. Anyway, I hope that you're feeling good and that you utilize these practices, any one of them or a different one that you know, or any of the ones that I intend to teach in the future. So peace, light, and blissful harmony to all.